الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. We'll be continuing inshallah ta'ala as we have been studying this book for many years, the Bulugh-Al-Maram and its sharh from Subul al-Salam al-Imam al-San'ani, and the Bulugh-Al-Maram is to al-Imam al-Hafiz Ibn Hajar. Then we're going to continue doing it on Tuesday and Thursday, as the book that we are studying is the book of Jama', the comprehensive book, which include the akhlaq, include the zuhud, include the admonition against the immoral, and include the chapter of the ad'iyah, as we already have the chapter and the etiquette on everything, inshallah ta'ala, then to start new books bi'idhnillah ta'ala. When we're talking about the envy, as in this hadith, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إياكم والحسد فإن الحسد يأكل الحسنات كما تأكل النار الحطب. Avoid envy, for envy devours good deeds just as fire devours firewood. And we have explained how it is a major sin, and it is only a major sin when the person acts upon the hasad, when he has an envy toward the person. And we define what is the envy that is a sin. When you see a person has a gift of favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wishing for that gift to be taken away from this person, that's the hasad, it's a sin. If someone will act upon it, talk ill about this person, and having develop a grudge against this person, all of that because of what this person has, and wishing for this gift or whatever this person has been taken away from him, that is the sin that devours the hasanat as the fire does for the wood. We'll continue here. قال في الزواجر, and the book of Zawajir, it is لابن Hajar al-Haythami, where he compiled all the types of the major sins. قال أن الحسد مراتب. The hasad has levels. وهي, as we have mentioned, so this is a conclusion for hasad. وهي إما محبة زوال النعمة الغير وإن لم تنتقل إلى الحاسد. To be longing for the ni'mah, the favor, the gift that the person has, the other person that being envied, to be removed from him, without even wishing to get that thing. So if someone see anything, let's say a person has a new car or have new things, so he wished that this thing will be destroyed, this thing will not be in the hand of this person, regardless, and he does not even think to get it, because there is another type. Why a person he's envying? Because he wants that what the person has, he wanted to himself. So this is the highest. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. قَالَ وَهَذَا غَايَةُ الْحَسَدِ. Why? Because he's not really liking what this person has, but he wished for this person to not have that gift. And that's in the highest of the hasad. This is really deviation and perversity and sickness in the heart. قَالَ أَوْ مَعَ انْتِقَالِهَا إِلَيْهِ. The other type, he loving for this favor to be, or gift to be removed from this person, be taken away, and that this thing, what that person has, he wants to have it. So this is the second category. قال وإلا أحب زوالها. So that's the second category, and it is less than the first one, and it is a major sin. It's a major sin, because the other one does not have any reason why you want to for this gift to be taken away from the hand of the person that you envy, without even liking it. The second one is lesser, but is also evil. You want the gift to be taken away, so it will be removed to you. Like moved to yourself, Yeah. And this is the third one. قال أحب زوالها لئلا يتميز عليه. He wished that this gift will be taken away from this person, so he will not be better than him. So this is a jealousy, hasad with a jealousy. He's jealous from this person. So we call it غيرة here. We call it غيرة. وهذا قال أو لا محبة زوالها. The other hasad, which is the only category that is good, that you love it, but you don't wish for this gift to be taken away from this person. So he's saying, this person, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to shower him with his gifts, but you like what this person has. So this is lawful, it does not have anything. And actually it's recommending the matter of the deen. Why? Because it helps you, it drives you to have a good example, you know. And the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith قال لا حسد إلا على اثنتين. If you want to have envy only on two things. On two things. رجل آتاه الله القرآن فهو يقوم به آناء الليل وآناء النهار. A person, a man, a believer that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted him with the Quran. He reciting it and praying with it in the day and in the night. This is a good hasad. So an envy not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take. So the envy here is like you want to emulate this person. You want to be like this person. You wish to have the Quran like him. Okay? So this is good hasad. Good hasad, this is a drive for help you to learn the Quran, for give you more eagerness to make Qiyamul Layl, eagerness to open more the books of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's like these people becomes a source of inspiration. So this envy is a positive envy. And as we said, we call it ghibta. Even the ghibta, which is like you like what this person is doing and you wish to have the same thing. وَرَجُلٌ آتَاهُ اللَّهُ مَالًا فَهُوَ يُنْفِقُ مِنْهُ آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ وَآنَاءَ النَّهَارِ. And a person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted him with wealth, with money. And this person is given, donating and giving charity and sharing it and helping with it. So this person, when someone is envied not for the money that he has, is envied for the action that he's doing when he has the money. So this is a source of inspiration, a good guide in a person loving to share, loving to give, going to give a sadaqah. So I said, I wish I have money like him, you know, so I can give sadaqah, you see. I wish I can memorize the Quran so I can recite it and I can be, you know, praying with it and so on. So here, the envy is not about the gift that it has, but the action related or associated or that following the gift. So the person is saying, I love that this person has money, I wish that he has. So that hasad, but is a good hasad, because you don't want that this money be taken away from this person. Actually, he's acting upon this money. And this comes also, this type of hasad, it has good, a great outcome, which is Allah will reward you for your intention. Allah will reward you for your intention. As the Prophet ﷺ divided the categories of people in four. And we're talking about, for example, to take the case of the one who has money. He said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide them goodness and wealth, and they are acting upon it by pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know. So this person is the highest of these four, you know, in the reward. The second person, he's poor, he does not have anything, and he cannot give anything. But he's wishing, if he had money like this person, he will do the same. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, they are same in the reward. They are the same in the reward. Someone who has money and he's given money, and the other one, he wish he has money, he will do the same thing. Allah give him the same reward as the one who has money. You see? So here when you envy, actually you are gaining reward. So this positive envy, why? Because you want that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give more, but what you want to emulate is the action. And this is the sidq, you know, that's actually reflecting the sidq in the heart. The second one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided a person a wealth, a big wealth, but he using it to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fulfilling his desire and subhanAllah declaring war against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all his sins. The second person, and this is very common, this is what people, they love to watch, the people of the showbiz, what they do, how they hanging out and everything, and doing all the haram. The other person, he does not have any money, he's penniless. But if he had money to do like these people, like these wicked people, that he was going to be satisfying his desire, he's going to do this, he's going to do the clubs, he's going to drink, he's going to do all this. وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ فَقَالَ فَهُمَا فِي الْوُزْرِ سَوَاء. They are both in the sins or in the load of sins the same. وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ. So imagine someone laying on their couch watching TV, wishing to be like these people. He's accumulating sins when he's not doing anything. Why? Because of his intention, of his ill intention. وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ. And we have many people like that. So be careful on what you wish and be careful what you intend, because that intention comes with it the amal, the award, the reward or the sin. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, the believer get level with his intention more than he does or she does with their action. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala generosity upon the believers. For example, you are intending to pray in the night, and you have strong intention and sincere intention, but you didn't wake up. You just wake up at Adhan al-Fajr. So here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the reward of Qiyamul Layl. And the sleep that you had during the night, Allah make it as a sadaqah from you to yourself. And this is all the person is sleeping. So his intention make him to have this double reward just by the sincere intention, For this type of hasad is, encouraged, not encouraged in a way, but it's going to give you drive and to have a good role models, good examples to help you, make strengthen your path into this great, let's say, endeavor, like the memorization of the Quran, the reading of the Quran, and so on. قال والحديث دليل على تحريم الحسد. So the hadith, it is an evidence for us from the point of view of ruling that the hasad is haram and it is from the major sin. So if the Prophet ﷺ said he's devouring good deeds, then it is already meaning to give us, the perspective how hasad is bad. قال ونسبة الأكل إليه مجاز من باب الاستعارة كما تأكل النار الحطب. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, he gave us the image. Imagine, subhanAllah, you put fire into the wood and how it burned it. That's how this hasanat, these good deeds that is being accumulating will be burned by the hasad. And we explain the hasad, the one that you act upon. You talk, you have, subhanAllah, you go into, let's say, doing action to try to stop or remove the gift from this person. But to keep it in one's heart, to not talk about it, because there is, subhanAllah, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, is innate in the human being. Sometimes you see someone has something, he's like he does not like. Why this person has? Okay, if you have this feeling, don't entertain this feeling. Don't like to think about it. Don't have, to go and, let yourself, go with this thought. No, you stop it. You stop. As the Prophet ﷺ قال إذا حسدت فلا تبغي. If you have innate in you natural feeling, but do not entertain it, do not continue it, just stop it, don't talk about it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not hold you accountable of that. Some of the medication of the hasad that has been mentioned into the books and the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First, to know that the person who's envying, when a person envying another one, he's not causing him any harm. So the hasad, قال لا يضر بحسد. He does not. He's making, burdening themselves with sins, but he cannot cause any harm to the other person. This is the first thing. قال في الدين ولا في الدنيا. In the religion and not also into the dunya. وأنه يعود وبال حسده عليه في الدارين. However, the negative impact of the envying is going to return against the person who's envying in this life and the hereafter. إذ لا تزول نعمة بحسد قط. Because the envy of the person is not going to stop the favor of Allah upon this person. And we said the worship to the hasad is like you go against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah, He is the one who gives this gift. So if you hate the gift in the hand of this person, it's like your God going against the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then your hasad will not stop the decree of Allah who will for this person to have this gift. So someone with the hasad, not only putting themselves, in a state of, anger, grudge, not comfortable, worrying, sad, all of that, subhanAllah, wabal, which is like all these negative things are happening because of the hasad. Qala, and if it happened, if it was true, for a person to have an impact with his, envy on others, then we will not have anything in our life. Nothing will remain, because everybody will be, anyone who will envy you for you something, it will gonna be lost. You see. So, and then he said, even there will not be believers, because the people who really the biggest of hasad, especially from the disbeliever, for you to not be believers. The mushrikeen, they were envying the believers to have belief, or the people of the book. So if their hasad has an impact, that none of the people then will be a believer, as he's saying here. قال بل الحسد يتمتع المحسود also يتمتع بحسنة الحاسد. Another thing, that the person who's being envied, he's going to be benefiting of the hasanat, the good deeds of the one who envying him. Because when he envying him, he's getting his hasanat. He's getting. لأنه مظلوم. Why? Because he's transgressed. سيما إذا أطلق لسانه بالانتقاص والغيب. Especially when this person who envy the other person is going to be talked ill about. So that ghaib and the backbite is going to transfer all the hasanat of the one who's backbiting because of the hasad to the other person. And in the Yawm al-Qiyamah, he said he'll come and he'll be bankrupt. مفلسا من الحسنات محروما, deprived from the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as he's been deprived from the peace of the heart and the peace of the soul. Because when someone has hasad, subhanAllah, he's always bewildered, he's always worrying, he's always angry, jealous, and that, subhanAllah, make a person have feeling, very bad inside. He cannot have peace. So al-hasad cannot have a peace of mind, subhanAllah. وسكون القلب والإطمئنان, and will not be able to have the tranquility. فإذا تأمل العقل. So the same person, if you reflect, then you find the worst thing that you introduce yourself, al-hasad, and the thing that you need to fight to keep your tranquility and peace of mind is the hasad. And the hasad is only hurt the hasad, the one who's envying, because you're not taking anything. You're not causing any harm. And you're not taking that gift anyway, For salamat al-sadr, for the peace of the heart, just to strive against this aspect of the hasad. The next hadith, and with which inshallah we finish, we have another 5 minutes بإذن الله تعالى. قال ليس الشديد عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس الشديد بالسرعة إنما الشديد الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. And this is very important hadith. The strong person is not the good wrestler, but the strong person is he who controls himself or herself when they are angry. So this is very important hadith to see and dig into some of the meaning of this beautiful hadith. So here, when the Prophet ﷺ قال الشديد, the strong here, هنا شدت القوة المعنوية. So this is the spiritual strength. And the Prophet ﷺ, he gave it the parable with the physical strength. And to show that your spiritual strength is higher than your physical strength when it comes to managing one's life and one's, subhanallah, condition. قال وهي مجاهدة النفس وإمساكها عند الشر ومنازعتها للجوارح. So this will be recommended as the Prophet ﷺ to strive against ourselves, against the evil of ourselves. Against the evil of ourselves, and to not have the self commanding your body, your limbs, to do action that you're going to regret, like fighting or like insulting or doing such a thing. So someone to retaliate and to have his revenge when he's get mad. فإن النفس في حكم الأعداء الكثير. So here the Prophet ﷺ teaching us that the nafs, your own self, it is like the lot of enemy, group of enemies, like physically in person. This is how you have to regard your nafs. When you're angry, your nafs is like this, a group of enemy that against you. وغلبتها عما تشتهيه في حكم من هو شديد القوة في غلبة جميعها. So, and to defeat your nafs against, what the nafs is looking forward to have from things wrong, from retaliating, from taking vengeance and so on, with the way of dhulm, with the way of transgression, is like exactly when you defeat your nafs, is like you defeated the group of enemy who want to hurt you. So here the Prophet ﷺ give you, a very good parable. So when you understand the anger, you're going to understand it like, subhanAllah, you are in a battlefield against your own nafs, and this nafs was representing a group of enemies. Imagine you have a group, a dozen of enemy against you, want to hurt you. This is exactly the Prophet ﷺ telling us what is your nafs for you, what is yourself for you, when it is, come to this level of anger. That's why he said, the strong person is not the good wrestler. The one who's strong person who controls himself or herself when they're angry. Why? Because the self becomes totally different things. It becomes a group of enemy against you to harm you. قال وفيه إشارة إلى أن مجاهدة النفس أشد من مجاهدة العدو. And it has also in the hadith that inspire us and teach us that struggling and striving against oneself is greater than striving against an enemy, a physical, a person. Is greater. لأنه صلى الله عليه وسلم جعل الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب أعظم الناس قوة, because he made the Prophet ﷺ hadith, the one who controls their anger, is the strongest of the people. So the strongest of the people is not like who has a muscle who can wrestle or think. The strongest of the people who has, the ability to control themselves at the anger, and that is the essence of the mujahid of the nafs. Now, he's taken what is حقيقة الغضب. حقيقة الغضب. حقيقة الغضب حركة النفس إلى خارج الجسد لإرادة الانتقام. The definition of the غضب, it's subhanallah, حركة النفس, the action of the self, to impose on the body an action seeking the retaliation, seeking vengeance. So when someone is angry, that subhanallah, that innate anger, control the body, have the tongue to speak, have the hand to slap or to do things. And that subhanallah is not the person, is not the mind who's controlling. The ghadab taking control of the person. There's a beautiful saying to say here about the ghadab. And when someone is, have anger on people below them think like he has a power over them. What is about someone who has, anger toward the person who's higher than them, who has like maybe more power, more strength, and so on. We're going to study it next time, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, as to see even how someone get angry, red, or why he turned pale. All of that, inshallah, he put it here in this comment, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So, inshallah, the comment will continue on Tuesday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan wa barakallah. If you have a question,